How's everybody doing? This is Kyle here from KyleKraft. Welcome back to the KyleKraft channel. Now, you all really enjoyed this Mega Mansion build. I appreciate the response on that video. I'm glad you like the build and my building style, and the comments, they're fun to read and they're good feedback. Now, a lot of you wanted the interior and exterior of this build, so I figured I'd try a new type of series, a Let's Build, together, and we're going to do it right now. This could be a lot of fun. I can walk you through my thoughts and decisions while I make these builds and additional details, and we can see what we come up with and finish this build out before I give you a world download. Alright, so let's get to it. There's a couple of exterior details I want to start with first. I want to put in a huge back patio area and a pool, a lot of gardens to complement that, and then on the back left side I want to put in a tennis court. Gonna add some cars in the driveway, and then we got to clean up the front. Obviously we can put some more trees in, and we're gonna do that too. So we'll get to that garage interior in a bit, but let's come over here to the back left and start with the tennis court. Now, I think the tennis court will be an awesome detail. It's a fancy thing that goes alongside that mansion. I think it'll be sweet. Got to pick out some good colors here. Let's go with a couple shades of green and red for the surrounding area. We need our whites for the lines. The clay will work well. We could go wool, but I didn't go wool because that dark green doesn't really match up. These two greens don't look as good. Instead of using that red with some clay, I'm going to use all three clays. Let's switch that time back up. All right, so now I just jump in and I get right to it. You know, you could think about dimensions, but I figure if you jump in and you just start building, you can get a sense of what you need to do. I want the tennis court to extend all the way back around, kind of fill this back left area. So we'll give it a little bit more room right here. Got to start with that exterior, and then we can come in and get the rest of the shape inside. So we'll extend that around. It wants to be a rectangle. That looks pretty solid, and we might drop it back each way to get the length up a little bit. So let's dig out right here, come back up front, line it up, and see how this rectangle fits. It's good. I like it. I like it. It needs a little bit more room in the back top area. So we'll come back up here, cut this out, and looks good. That should be good. Now I'm going to use a little bit of world edit to make this a little bit faster, and we're just building a creative build. So I'll get that. Cut that out. Boom. We could fill, but we're going to do the tennis court inside, so we'll leave it for now. I'm going to fill 2 rows, make it a little bit thick on the border here. Let's come across, get that set. Here we go. Good. Very awesome. Now we're going to do that all the way around. We want that to line up, so I'll do 2 over here and keep going. 2 over on this side. Get that lined up, and then finish with 2 right over here on this side. So now we got 2 all the way around. We got a little bit of an exterior for our tennis court. Now I'm not sure I'll end up needing 2 types of green. If only we had this dark prismarine color in a wool or a clay, that would be great, because tennis courts have kind of a blue green, but that's all right. We'll go with this dark green and it'll work out. So I'm going to start with the lines. The lines are easier to get the size for. We'll come through with some quartz. Check that out. Put a barrier all around, a border, you know, that out of bounds line for the tennis court. So I'm going to do that all the way around. And then there's not many lines on a tennis court. They have these intersecting lines right here that come like this. So we'll drop those in. Now there's a lot of white here. That kind of makes me a bit nervous about the look of the tennis court, but we'll check it out in a little bit. We'll see if we need to change anything. A lot of white, but I think it'll be okay. Now we just need a middle line. So good thing we have a center point here. I honestly didn't think about that ahead of time. Sometimes it works out. If we didn't have a 1 block in the middle, we would have to extend this out one direction, but it works out, so that's good. So now we'll just center this on the build. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's all lined up, and then tennis courts have these lines that come across just to separate the boxes. Let's see how that looks. We might need just a bit more. No, I think that's pretty good, especially from afar. So now we're going to fill it in with our green stained clay, and it'll look good. Here we go. Wait for it. Come across. You know what? I don't think filling in blocks is the most entertaining thing to watch, so I'm going to skip most of the big filling sections. So now we're just about all done and good. Tennis court looking good. Look how good that came out. Fits in nicely in this back left corner. It's a nice detail of the mansion behind the garage in the back, and we just need a bit more details in it to make it finalized. We do have a middle block here. That's good. I honestly forgot to check again, but like I said, if there was a problem, we would just switch that up like we would need to. Now I'm putting cobwebs for the net. It should be a decent net. Not sure how I feel about that. Maybe if we go too high. Nope, too high is going to be too high. That doesn't make sense for a Minecraft player. Iron bars might look good, and this is where that trial and error comes in. I talk a lot about trial and error. Just got to try things out and come across it, see how you feel about it, and make it work. Now, put in some stone slabs for the build there. Let's see if iron bars might not look bad. I know they're technically bars, but they kind of have that separation that makes them look like a net. Oh, too far in the back. Drop them in, see what we can look like. They look dirty. It looks like a dirty iron net. It's not horrible. It looks the most like a net in Minecraft. Those cobwebs, they were a little spaced out. They weren't bad, but I'm not sure how I felt about them. We could try white stained glass, and we might as well give it a try. Why not, you know? We'll take out a couple fences and drop it in. See if that looks any better. And you know what? Honestly, I like even though it may not be as net looking, I think it looks better for a Minecraft purpose, but also you know what the build is. So you know that's a net in the middle. I know it's glass, but it looks better. And if anything, it looks like a rich modern glass, you know, special net that's awesome. So that's what I'm going with. I like that better than the iron bars, even though the iron bars don't look bad. Now I'm going to switch these out with stone bricks just to match the rest of the details on the build. We have our stone bricks on top of the roof. So stone bricks on the side here. And we got to throw in some details to really make this build. So to do that, I'm going to extend the back out here. Get this out. Another one, maybe two. And we might do it on the other side. I'm not sure yet. Thinking about it. Come across. Ooh, that's down. I got to put a grass right there and a red stained clay. I'm going to put a bench back here, but we want to make sure the players have room to run back and get balls that are back a little bit, so we need a little bit more room, one more line. So we'll drop that in, put another red line, and boom. I'm going to repeat that on this side just to have that all set. And it makes sense because the player needs more room to run back to save shots and put them in play than they need on the sides. Now, I don't really play tennis, but I figure that's how it goes. All right, so this is good. I like how this is coming together. We can do even a bench off in the grass a little bit. So let's put a bench in. Let's go. It's just a classic wood. Or we could, oop, I got to get rid of that time. Switch it. Nope, didn't want to do that. Mayday, big problem. Let's see what turned out. Oh, no, we lost everything. That's okay. We can save it. Don't anyone panic like I did. Boom. There we go. That's why you got to be careful with World Edit. All right. Time. Where's my time? Time set 600. Good. There we go. I need light. All right. For a bench, I'm trying to think what wood details we want in here. If we are to put any wood, yeah, we have the dark oak right there. So that's what I was kind of thinking. We want dark oak wood. So I'm going to put in dark oak wood planks. Not planks, but stairs right here. 1, 2, 3. And we could try and make it even a little fancy. You know, put that right there. See how we feel about that. Not sure. It looks kind of flat, but if we give it some support on the back, that's a pretty fancy bench. You know, this is a pretty fancy place, so I kind of like it. If we didn't have the support on the back, the bench would look just too unstable. It wouldn't look like it was feasibly possible. So we put those in, and I think they look good. Now, I think right now is about time we put some bone meal in. I was going to leave the glass, the glass is right there. The grass flat with this flat kind of texture to give the perception of a mowed lawn, but in Minecraft it just straight up doesn't look good. All this empty grass does not look good. I can't bear looking at it. I can't look at these lines touch without grass intersecting. So I'm going to put grass in here just to fill this area up. And I'm going to have to take out those flowers because the flowers look messy. They make this rich lawn look messy. So we'll take out all the flowers here. And instead of the grass being, you know, long or unmowed, I like to think that it's lush. You know, it's filled. And that's a rich, healthy lawn would be nice and lush. So that's good. I'm going to take out more flowers and come back in a moment. This is very counterproductive. Alright, so there we go. A lawn all filled in. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it yet. I need grass over here. I keep getting distracted. This is what happens when you watch me do a Let's Build, because I get distracted very easily. When I was taking out the flowers, I realized, you know what? This looks a bit too flat over here with the stones. It still looks flat, so we got to add in stones right here. That was part of my thought. So I'm going to come across right here. So if I was building naturally, and what you should do when you're building is look at it, take a step back, see if you have any flat areas and if you need to add any stones along to kind of mix in. And we could put in some stone slabs too to vary up the sandstone from the stone. And that's something I'll have to check out after I take a look back. So we'll have to see what we decide there. But yeah, stones just give it depth on the side. It just looks better to the eye. If that's all flat like this, it just doesn't look as good. It's just straight up how it works. The eye doesn't see it in as beautiful as a way. I'm not sure what the proper word would be there, but it doesn't find shape, and that's not appealing to the eye. So yes, I'll continue along with the flowers, and I've decided to just go grass over here just to avoid taking out flowers. I'm not sure if this is faster or not. Let's see. And there we go, some grass added in around the tennis court. Now we're not done, far from done. Remember what I said about the path and needing some shape on the side? We're going to do that same thing around the tennis court to give it some shape. I'm going to put some stone brick slabs around here in just some spots, you know, put some stones in. Now it's a little tricky. I'm not sure how I feel about being brick slabs because that's not a messy stone detail. So we're going to go back with stone slabs. What I mean by that, you know, stone bricks, they're established. They're part of the house. There are main details. I'm going to switch up the time here just to make it better. You know, they're part of the detail. These look more like bricks, or not bricks, stones along the side. And I think that's better for this house, better in general, because it's more natural. We want a natural feel. So that looks good. Just a couple stones throughout. And I'm going to add in some more details, so we're not going to fill out the rain. I hate the rain. Get that out of here, too. Where are you? Weather clear? Clear. All right, there we go. So now I'm going to put more stones in around the back. Let's see, we'll just drop them in. I like to put them on the edge. We got to space them out though, drop some in here so it's not too, you know, it's got to be messy. It's got to have a messy feel. Drop that along, put it on the side. Not too many, but, you know, space them out. You see, you can kind of get a feel of the spacing I put on them. Drop across, come in, and looking good. Right in the corner. There you go. So now the stones, you know, ooh, honestly, that's too many stones. Way too many stones. We got to take out stones. So that's how it goes. This is how I build. This is how I come up with my builds, my concept, or not concepts, but my finished product is what I'm trying to say. You got to just trial and error. I'll say that probably more than anything ever on this channel is trial and error is key, because a lot of what people do and what my friends do, I've seen people do this all the time in Minecraft, is you think it over too much and you don't build, then it takes a while and you're scared to kind of pick a direction. You gotta just place something down and then you can change it. That's the beauty of Minecraft. You can change up what you got. So now stones are a little bit more spaced out. I like that more, and it's gonna tie in well because we're gonna add in some more trees here. We're gonna add in some fancier trees. I'm gonna do an oak fence and acacia leaves. That's the wrong leaves. Oak leaves right there. So now I'm gonna drop some of these trees in. I'm not sure how they'll look, but we're gonna try them first. These are much more of a inputted tree, you know, they're not as natural, and that's intentional for the surrounding tennis court area. The thing about these trees is they kind of feel like they should be organized, and I'm going to try putting them in a non-organized fashion, so we'll see how that kind of turns out. Some trees on the side, it's the same leaves as these leaves, and I don't like that. Let's see if jungle leaves look any better. Let's try jungle. See how that looks. Ooh, I don't like the random bits in there. We could try birch, because I don't have any other birch trees in there. And here we go, back to that trial and error. So let's put in birch. It's a different shade from that oak, and I like that better because it's a different green. If we put that oak leaves right there, like that one, you see that one? It's literally the same color as this, so there's no separation. When you look at this, you can't tell, oh, am I looking at a new tree or am I looking at that tree? If you look at these, you can see, oh, there's trees right here and trees behind them. So that's kind of the idea. You want to space out different textures. Hopefully you learned something from that. The idea of not having, that tree is too tall though. Not having the same textures next to each other. And you've probably heard that throughout any Minecraft YouTuber and seen it on my channel. You don't want the same textures. So let's put in more trees. See how that comes across. Again, like the stones, we don't want to overload it with trees, so we'll try and avoid that. But we'll just mix in some here. Drop them, and you'll see I space them out a little bit. You don't want them all in the same line, unless that's the style you're going for. If you're lining them up perfectly, making them organized in that fashion, then you want them on the same line. But otherwise, that different spacing separates them. So I like that. I like those trees on the side, and I'm going to add in some on the left side here. Let me put them in real quick. There we go. Some trees on the left, filling in the gaps. I like it. I might put them in the back. Well, actually, we'll have to dense up that forest because seeing that open line there is messing with our backdrop. But I think that looks good. Let's check it from the other side, and it might be the similar situation. No, that looks sweet. I love how that looks. See, there's a better backdrop, and it looks good. Imagine playing tennis right here. What's a tennis looking thing? Maybe a bow. Let's put a bow in our hand. Yeah, that's our tennis rag, and we just, bang, hit it over. Okay, set up, bang. We're playing tennis. So that's cool. I like that. Now there's one more thing we got to do. First off, add some bushes. What are these called? Leaves. What are these called? Grass. Okay. Honestly, I didn't know that. We're gonna put some grass in along here so it's not too flat like before. Sprucing up that interior or exterior details. Come across, put it up against the wall. And this looks way better than having those flat, different textures. So there we go. That's better. Mix in some grass. I need one right there. I see that plain. There we go. And one right there. Okay. That looks good. Now, we need to connect up the path from the garage to the tennis court. Now, we're going to have a path running around the back here because it's got to make sense, right? They got to get to the tennis court somehow. They're not going to walk through the wet grass. They need to have a path through back over here so they can come from the central area, and they need a path from the garage just to have that additional path. Now, there's two ways we could do this. We could start splitting off paths and going with like a stone for all our paths around here, and that might look good, but I think I want to go with more sandstone. Yeah, let's do sandstone and keep with the sandstone pattern. We're going to do all our exterior paths sandstone. I think that'll look good. Like that path right there, that's sandstone. It's going to be a similar idea. So here's how I do the path. I just come across, and I got to decide. We want it to line up. I want it to line up on this corner here. So I want it to line up against this already established side. So we're going to come across, line this up, drop that in there. We're going to start digging out a path. Now, to make it natural, I don't size anything. I just perceive it. So I'm going to just start cutting out here, cut out, and then step back in a moment. Boom, step back. All right, so if someone's walking, that's a pretty wide path, so that's good. I like that. Now we can even, no, I liked it better having a little drop in. Okay, so now we can come across. Now the size here is kind of like a 1, 2, 3 blocks across idea. 1, 2, 3. You can see 1, 2, 3. Like for, let me show. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So at all points, the path is kind of 1, 2, 3 across. So when we get to these sections right here where it straightens out, I'm going to plan on having it 1, 2, 3 across for most of the parts. Now, obviously, we don't want a straight path down, and you'll see that in a moment. But here, let me show you. We'll take this out, come back here, get some. Now I'm on 4, but that's all right. We can come back in a little bit, and then we'll drag across. And now you can see we're going to hit this section right here, so we can even drop it in right here, maybe. Right. Yeah, we'll drop one piece right there. So now we can come back out, and we can even, it doesn't have to be 3 across at all times, so we can space it out a little bit more. Make it 4 across right there, and then come back in across here. I keep saying across, but we're coming across, so it makes sense. Let me finish digging out a little bit. Well, actually, no. This is good to watch because you're getting the idea of the spacing. We're coming up on the tennis court right here. We're going to come right into the corner of it. Boom. The weather is always raining. Now you get to understand my frustration and my dislike for the weather in Minecraft in creative mode. I don't want weather. I want to build. So there we go. Look at the path. It's not straight across, that's for sure, but it's a pretty natural looking path with the shape. The only unnatural part is, you know, we could cut out a piece right there, and then we need to fix right here. We're going to open it up so it's a little bit more of an open mouth into the tennis court. So now I'm going to fill it with smooth sandstone. I told you I'd fill off screen, so let me fill in. And all filled in right there. So let's fly up and look at the path now. How awesome is that? A natural looking path coming out from that garage side. So now I need some stones along the side, and we'll probably try and limit them so it's not too much stones. Let's just drop one in there. Now the problem is if they're too limited and too spaced out, they look a little iffy. So we'll put that there and drop one more right there and see how that turns out. I like it. Not too many, but it looks good. Actually, you know what? I need one more. I need one right here, and I need one right in this gap. There we go. All right, I like it. The path to the tennis court is completed. So if you're walking out from the garage, you just parked, you got friends that just parked, they're going to walk around and come up on our beautiful tennis court. And look how clean it looks once you enter this surface. I like it. If you need a seat while you watch your friends, you can sit in the bench over here. And you know, I might make a little, let's add in some gravel maybe. And let's see. That's all right. Let's not get too caught up on it. Sitting right here. There you go. It's kind of like that spot was worn as they walked up to the bench. And there we go. We're watching the tennis game. Someone's playing. It's practical. It's real. And that's what we want. We want that real feel. That bench looks good. It's a good detail. We got the trees around, the rocks around. And again, I said I'm going to add some trees back there. I'm going to add a forest line back there that goes pretty thick back. That'll give it a better background from the back here. And it'll look better. Don't worry. But if we look from this side, it looks beautiful. It looks great. We've got the mansion over there when playing tennis. I like it. Looks good. Now one more detail, though. I'm going to add in just a line around. See how this looks. Our fancy... It's got to be fancy, right? So we want a little bit of landscaping done in. So let me add this line in. Come across. And I'm imagining it's like a garden holding back. So if we have this line coming across, separation between the forests, it looks more man-made, and we kind of want that in this situation. We want to look like this entire place is landscaped out and looking good. So let's see. Come across. Now I'm going to put some dirt for the back here, almost like what are those things called? What's the wood chips? You know, wood chips, mulch. Yeah, mulch. That's the word. Looking for mulch. All right, so if we put some mulch back here, that's kind of the idea. Let's see how it turns out. I could put some grass alongside it. I'm not sure I want grass in there with it. If we put that mulch around there, it looks a bit more man-made. I need it right here to really get the feel for it. So here, let me dig this out. And now fill it in with coarse dirt. And boom, coarse dirt is in. Now we do need some leaves in here to really make it work. Pop a leaf right there. Leaf right there. Get some in here just so that we have... you know, some breakup between the brown. Need one right there instead. Keep it going. A little bit of leaves. Okay. Oop, I didn't get this back corner. Let's do it real quick. Drop in some more mulch. Some more dirt, coarse dirt, so it remains dirt. And we'll fill that in. Get the corner over here. Bring it back around. And then we just need some grass on top of that. There we go. Getting that style. Keeping that pattern. Okay, let's see how that looks. Oh my lord, your weather. Now there we go. Look at the detail there. It just brings in a new just appeal to the eye and just a new level to the build because it adds in that landscape. It looks much more professional, and the idea of this build is to make it look professional, you know, a wealthy mansion. So I like that. That's a good addition, and obviously I need to add in more trees around here and around this back area, which I may do off screen. I'm not sure how fun that would be to watch, but that looks good right there. I like how that turned out. It's a good detail. You can't see it as much from the floor. You know, it's not an outstanding detail standing right here, which is not a big deal, especially if we look from the other side. Might even catch a little bit more of it. It's there, it's relevant, but it's not too overwhelming. But when we fly up above, we take a look at the general mansion. That brings in a good bit of detail right there. I like it. And I can continue that along the border into the woods off the side of the mansion, and we can continue that throughout the build and kind of bring in another, not idea or concept, what's the word I'm searching for? The word is detail. I don't know. It looks good though. Hopefully you like the tennis court, that exterior detail we just did right there. That took much longer than I thought it would doing it on camera. It does take me some time to build, and now you experience that. I had to take out flowers around here. They were driving me insane. That looks better. All right, so yes, that is the tennis court completed. And we got that exterior detail in. If we go back to our original view, we can see the mansion coming together even further with that tennis court in place. Now this brings us to an interesting place. I'm deep into this recording session. It's been a good amount of time. This Let's Build series idea was all a test. I honestly had no idea how this would turn out. To be completely honest, I thought I would be able to do the entire exterior and the entire interior all in one 20-minute video. That's not how this worked at all. Now, this is both exciting news and interesting news. I had a lot of fun building it on screen, doing it with you, a Let's Build style. If I were to continue doing these types of videos, I could definitely release more content. Now, the other way I do videos, as you know, I would build the entire thing, kind of time-lapse it, add some music, maybe talk about it a little bit, but it takes a while to kind of build these things up. With school and everything going on, depending on the way I do it, that edit to create that video is a pretty intense edit. So I don't have much time to then create more videos. If you enjoyed this type of video, I enjoyed making it, and I'd love to make more. If you enjoyed it, leave a like on the video. The best way for me to see if you all like a specific type of video is to check the like count. If you like the video, I can really tell, okay, I should make more of these. So if you enjoyed this one, you enjoyed this Let's Build style, and you want me to do the rest of the exterior and the interior in different parts, then let me know in the comments, because I would love to do that. It would help me be able to release more videos, do more. Now, the reason I haven't done that is because I don't want to waste your time. Prior to this, I felt, okay, if I do 6 different parts of an interior and exterior, that's just too much video. People won't enjoy that, so I gotta just make all one time lapse. That's better. But maybe, like the Minecraft vlog series that's pretty popular, if you haven't seen that, check it out. There's a card in the top right now. But I figure maybe you enjoy the commentary. If you like how I talk through the build, walk you through it, and talk alongside it, then that might be, not a waste of time, but a fun video to watch, which is my overall goal. Entertain you all, bring in some inspiration, and get it. Oh my lord, the weather! Unbelievable. What is wrong with this? Now I forgot what I was saying. But yes, I want to bring you some entertainment. I want to bring you a lot of inspiration, hopefully. And I want to teach you how to get better at building. And I think when I walk through it with you, talking alongside it, it does help. And it gives you the ideas, the concepts of how you can get better and build a better Minecraft build. So again, if that's the case, let me know down in the comments. Leave a like on the video so I can see and notice and tell if you do enjoy this kind of series. And if it does work out, then you'll definitely see more KyleKraft content. Now, of course, I'll have a variety of content coming to you. I'll have the more professional commentary videos as well, but if I can do, if I can do these Let's Build talking through type videos in the Minecraft vlog series, which is releasing soon, coming back soon, don't worry. Then there's more KyleKraft content, we can grow the community, and we can do some exciting stuff here in the future. So yes, classic KyleKraft rambling coming at you, but yeah, let me know. Hopefully you like the tennis court and are excited for the future exterior and interiors of this mega mansion. But that's it. Thanks for coming.